Please stand if you're able and join in the singing of O Canada. Thank you. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, members of the Board of Regents, members of the Marine Institute Industry Advisory Committee, vice presidents and associate vice presidents of Memorial University, parents, family members, industry partners, alumni, faculty, staff, and most importantly, our remarkable graduates, good afternoon. My name is Darlene Spracklin-Reed, and I am the Director of Student Affairs for the Marine Institute campus of Memorial University. Today, as we gather to celebrate this important milestone, it is my pleasure to act as your MC. I would like to officially welcome you all to the 2023 Marine Institute graduation ceremony. We acknowledge that the lands on which Memorial University's campuses are situated are in the traditional territories of diverse Indigenous groups, and we acknowledge with respect the diverse histories and cultures of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of this province. A few housekeeping items before we begin. If we're required to evacuate during today's ceremony, there are two ways to exit the gymnasium. You can exit to the lobby through the double doors at the back of the gym, likely the doors that you came in through. And then from the lobby, you can exit through the Institute's main doors. You can exit through the double doors to the right of the stage over here, and then turn left into the hallway, and then exit out through the courtyard. In both cases, the muster station is in the parking area across from those main doors. This is my first time emceeing the graduation here at the Marine Institute, and it's truly an honor. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the immense effort and dedication demonstrated by our soon-to-be graduates. Your hard work, late nights, studying, overcoming challenges, and embracing opportunities has led you to this very moment. You've shown resilience and determination, and today we proudly bear witness to this milestone in your academic journey, as you are awarded your technical certificates, technician diplomas, diplomas of technology, advanced diplomas, and postgraduate certificates. To the parents, families, partners, and friends who have supported these graduates throughout their studies, thank you for your unwavering love, encouragement, and guidance. Your belief in their abilities has been a driving force behind their success, and this day belongs to you as much as it does to our graduates. I want to also acknowledge the faculty, staff, and management here at the Marine Institute. Your passion for teaching, mentorship, and student support is evident every day. Your commitment to excellence has left an indelible mark on the lives of our graduates. I know that you're extremely proud of our graduates here today. I would now like to call upon Dr. Paul Brett, Vice President, Memorial University Marine Institute, pro tempore, to deliver his graduation address.
Thank you, Darlene. As you might notice, if you're reading the order of proceedings, we're already off script. So the Chancellor was supposed to be here with us today, but he called me this morning. He has a pretty bad cold, and he couldn't make it, and he was so sad that he couldn't be here. I have a few words on his behalf, but he told me a gift, and he knows me well. He said, now you have some time to go off script, which they know I will do, and my team here that helps me prepare some of these notes know that I will go off script. But before I get into those notes, and it was actually part of the Chancellor's message, I want to acknowledge the tragedy that just happened offshore Newfoundland, Labrador, and the 5 souls that were lost on Ocean Gate. All too often we tell that story in Newfoundland, Labrador, people lost at sea, and this happens as well. And his message was to us in this industry and some of the graduates that are entering the seafaring industry and life at sea, we will learn from a tragedy like this and we'll be better on the other side of it. We have to get back on the bike, in his words. It's not how many times you fall off a bike, but it's how many times you get back on and keep moving. So our thoughts and prayers are with the families of those lost at sea, and we'll be there to support the faculty, staff, alumni, those who helped in the search, and those who will be coming home without the loved ones who are still at sea. So I'd like to take a moment of silence to think about those lost at sea and those who have been lost in the past. Thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. It's a great privilege for me to be here today to celebrate with you, graduates. I had a chance to talk to you this morning, and you'll know that I have my own glasses, so maybe I'll know what I'm saying. And only these people know what that means. Actually, I'll tell you, I showed up without glasses. I didn't know how to read, so we were a little bit off script this morning as well. So a little over 30 years ago, I was sitting in a seat much like you, on St. John's campus, graduating from my first degree. And the speaker was Captain Peter Troke, a seafarer who enjoyed a long career, beginning as a mariner at the age of 16 years on a fishing schooner bound for Labrador. Over the course of his career, he transitioned from commanding a fishing and sealing vessel to that of a medical ship. He and the vessel, the Christmas Seal, performed vital roles in the eradication of tuberculosis in this province. The ship served as a mobile X-ray unit for testing thousands of people in hundreds of coastal communities for this widespread disease. So why am I telling you a story about my history 30 years ago? Captain Troke said something to us as a graduating class. What he said to us was, if you find a job, stick with it. Don't go looking for another job. Leave that for someone else. For me, however old I was, 19, I guess, it was kind of funny. What does that mean? But as I grew and developed my career, it was about making the best of the opportunity you have. Find something you love and commit to it. So as a skipper or as a deckhand on a schooner at 16, he probably wasn't thinking about what he might have done 10, 20, 30 years later. And to you as young graduates today, what your path will bring, what you will do, the impact you will have, dream and do what you can to change that world. I said to you this morning about this might be your first graduation. I'll guarantee you it won't be your last. You will learn, you'll be lifelong learners, and you'll have great fun in learning. For me, as a person and individual in my own career, geography is what I loved, and it helped me discover the world of ocean exploration. It guided my career for over 30 years. It's brought me around the world, rooted me here in a place that I love, and committed me to this province of Newfoundland, Labrador. And as spoke with what's happened just offshore with the ocean, the loss of the submarine, the race to understand one of our world's last remaining mysteries, the race to map the ocean, is still ongoing. Can you believe that we know more about the surface of Mars than we know about the bottom of our ocean and our own planet? And we ask, why does it matter? For one thing, mapping the ocean decides where to place the cables and the underwater communication systems to allow us to use the internet, to understand how we communicate across the globe. How can we understand how climate is changing? Where are the canyons and mountains that affect currents? So there's much more than creating that ocean, and there's lots of work to do. Developing a comprehensive map of the ocean will expand our understanding of ocean currents, weather, climate, and navigation. It'll help us tackle challenges facing the marine environment, foster sustainable development in our oceans. So I made the comment earlier that 25% of our oceans, that we have a lot of work to do, but we've only just passed 25% of mapping the world's oceans. It took us 150 years to do that. And we've made a commitment to map it all by 2030, which is only 7 years away. As Marine Institute graduates, you have much expertise to contribute in these types of initiatives, whether you're sailing the ships that bring the technology, or you're processing the data, or you're understanding and developing that data to understand our world oceans. You have a great career ahead of you. I'd like to highlight a couple of recent activities and achievements for our students. Our student speaker today, Megan King, was a head pilot during the first ever autonomous robotics deployment to an offshore oil platform in Canada. She was part of the team that completed this mission during her work term with Hibernia. It's great to see our graduating students in naval architecture and marine engineering system design come together last month to showcase the final year projects. 16 projects featuring everything from a 330-meter oil tanker to a combination ro-ro vessel for cruise ships for the Arctic and Antarctica. Last month, we hosted our annual MATE ROV competition for high schools and junior highs. Today, 2 teams from Newfoundland and Labrador are in Colorado. One, Mount Pearl Senior High, who won a number of years, and for the first time competing, a team from Labrador Straits are in Colorado today competing in that international competition. Joining them is Eastern Edge Robotics, a team of Marine Institute Memorial University students who volunteered in the competition but are there competing today, and I'm getting updates as we speak. When I take my camera out, that's what I'm looking for, the game scores. No, I won't be doing game scores, but we'll wish them well in that competition. Students from our Marine Environmental Technology program, that's the front row here, and our ocean mapping programs are on the province's southwest coast meeting with harvesters and community leaders about a ghost gear project. They spend their summer finding and retrieving fishing gear lost during Hurricane Fiona, and we'll return it to harvesters and recycle the damaged gear and also stop it from continuing to fish unattended. One of our fisheries science graduates testing whale-safe fishing gear to mitigate whale entanglement by species, such as the endangered North Atlantic right whale. The research we help deploy, this research will help deploy whale-safe gear in the snow crab fishery. So there's a lot happening in this institution. We've changed significantly from where we came in 60 years. 3 of our students most recently traveled to Antarctica during 2 expeditions to attempt to capture a video of an elusive colossal squid in its natural habitat. So far, it's lived up to its reputation, and our students continue to dedicate themselves in this exciting research. An important message from me today is our connection. It's our connection to Newfoundland and Labrador. For me and many from our province, we continue to ask, where are you from? We seem to have a natural curiosity about people, where they've been and where they're going. Our graduates come from all over the world, from St. Lawrence, Labrador City, Wolfville to Victoria, from Brazil to Nigeria. We are truly an international institution. Where you are from is important, but where you are going is even more important. You will have careers that take you throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, other parts of Canada, and around the world. What you do have in common with those who've gone before you is now you're part of a very special group. You're alumni of the Marine Institute and alumni of Memorial University of Newfoundland. Our alumni teach courses at the Institute. They volunteer their time to mentor students and share their knowledge and insight with those who come behind them. You would have seen the alumni coming back to your classes, to giving back to your classes, and they come back to us from an industry perspective. So you too will come back to this institution as your career flourishes. Throughout your programs, you have forged close connections with your classmates and your instructors who are here behind me, and a lot of our staff who were there clapping you in as you came in through the hall. We are all your family, and we're helping you on your journey. These connections you have found will serve you well throughout your lives. When I was a teacher many years ago now, I used to say to my students, jokingly when they graduated, I said, you have a 1-year warranty. Any questions you have in your first year, don't hesitate to call. But in reality, that warranty lasts forever. Call whenever you need. We're here to help, and we're here to help you in your journey. Whatever path you choose, remember that learning is a lifelong endeavor at work, at home, and in the classroom. I talked to you this morning about me showing up late for my graduation. So my graduation was last October. Now I know I'm only 15, but I was a lifelong learner. 30 years ago I started, and last October, did I finish? Maybe, maybe not. People ask me what's next. I think I'll ask you what's next and challenge you what's next. But you will gain confidence throughout all of your success, and you will gain valuable lessons to help you rebound from failures. And here's where I go off script. Those of you who are at graduation or convocation on St. John's campus, I talked about one of my own failures 30 odd years ago, and it was math class. And probably you can all relate to me with what first year calculus looks like and the trials and tribulations of getting through first year calculus. Well, I thought I was doing great. So great, I was tutoring a couple of friends and we were rocking it until I got my midterm back 2 weeks before the end of semester. And I had 15%, 1-5. I was rocking it, yeah. You and me, buddy. We did it. But you know what? I made it. You made it. You're here. Back to the Chancellor's word, is not as many times you fall off that bike as about getting back up and getting on that bike. I managed to pass math. May have failed one later, but failing a class is not the end of the world. I've had the privilege of getting a couple of degrees since then, and I've been learning for 30-something years, so don't worry about failing math. My apologies to the math instructors behind me. On behalf of everyone at the Marine Institute, I want to congratulate you, our graduates, on your achievement today. And to channel the Chancellor, today is Friday. Have some fun, be safe, take care of your friend, make sure everybody is safe and responsible, but have some fun. We could say take tomorrow off. Tomorrow is Saturday. Most of you would have it off anyway. Take Sunday off and maybe take Monday. Well, Monday's a holiday too. So you have a 4-day weekend to celebrate. Get out there, celebrate with your parents, celebrate with your supporters, and thank you so much for calling the Marine Institute your home. Thanks.
Thank you, Paul. We're going to move on now to calling our graduates across the stage. And I just want to let you know, it's okay to celebrate as our graduates come across. Clap, cheer, take your time as you go across the stage and enjoy the moment. I would like to call upon Jennifer Howell, now our interim registrar here at the Marine Institute, to present our candidates for graduation.
Thank you, Darlene. Good afternoon, everyone. As Interim Registrar of the Marine Institute, I have the sincere pleasure of announcing the names of the graduates for this June 2023 session of graduation. This afternoon's ceremony celebrates those graduating from our postgraduate certificates, technical certificates, technician diplomas, diplomas of technology, and advanced diplomas. During the awarding of the diplomas and certificates, we will also be awarding the Marine Institute's bronze medals and the Governor General Academic Medal. The presentation of certificates and diplomas will be made by Kevin Anderson, the head of the School of Fisheries, Captain Fred Anstey, the head of the School of Maritime Studies, Georgina White, the interim assistant head of the School of Ocean Technology, and Dr. Paul Brett, the vice president at Memorial University with responsibility for the Marine Institute. As I announce the names of our graduates, I encourage you to clap, cheer, and celebrate each and every person who crosses the stage this afternoon. They certainly deserve it. I would now like to invite Kevin Anderson and Dr. Paul Brett to present the candidates from the School of Fisheries. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Environmental Technology, Daisy Elizabeth Moore Archibald. John Alexander James. Julia Michelle Keeping. Karina Mary Korchowski. Olivia Lauren Limburner. Samuel Mann. Hannah Amelia Steele. For the Advanced Diploma in Food Safety, Arun Kumar Saravana. This concludes the presentation of certificates and diplomas for the School of Fisheries. Thank you, Kevin. I would now like to call upon Captain Fred Anstey, school head, to join Dr. Paul Brett for the presentation of candidates for the School of Maritime Studies. For the Technical Certificate in Fire Rescue, Melissa Krista Kuze. Dylan Cecil Dyke. Taylor Fitzpatrick. Ethan Edward Moore. Nicholas Moore. Raymond Dwayne Whittle. For the Technical Certificate in Bridge Watch, Sarah Caitlin Brown. Garfield Burton Clark. Jack Robert Critch. Sierra Diana Diamond. Keaton Frampton. Devin William Norman. For the Technical Certificate in Marine Diesel Mechanics, Michael Derek Rowe. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Engineering, John Edward Babstock. Michael Craig Moulton. Noah Michael Ellis Pope. Patrick Joseph Rice. Hunter Riley Skinner. Tara Lee Snailgrove. Joshua Oscar Paul Squires. Abigail Jane Tabner. For the Diploma of Technology in Nautical Science, Tyler Michael Burton. Liam Doyle. Bradley Jarrett Hatcher. Ryan Nicholas Howlett. Ryan Judge. Brandon Joseph O'Brien. Jarrett Slade. Daniel Strickland. Stephen Robert James Young. For the Diploma of Technology in Naval Architecture, Aaron Cook. Colton Reginald Dwyer. Vasiv MZ Gimme G Bassi. Yang Ji. Andrew Llewellyn Newhook. Andrew Bernard Pennell. Oh. Mark Alexander Stabitzer. Robert Theodore Sullivan. Amber Mallory Tremblett. Ryan William Vauci. For the Diploma of Technology in Marine Engineering Systems Design, Jarrett Edwards. Owen Lane Edwards. Dylan Jason Elliott. Anthony Robert Kirkland. Courtney Iris Sweetapple. This concludes the presentation of certificates and diplomas for the School of Maritime Studies. Thank you, Fred. I would now like to call upon Georgina White, Interim Assistant Head, to join Paul for the presentation of candidates for the School of Ocean Technology. For the Technician Diploma in Remotely Operated Vehicles, Gangundeep Singh Bedi. Megan Hillary King. Megan, we'll get you to go around a circle here now. For the Diploma of Technology in Underwater Vehicles, Megan Hillary King. For the Diploma of Technology in Ocean Mapping, Alexander Chesley Kennedy. This concludes the presentation of diplomas for the School of Ocean Technology. Thank you, Georgina. I present to you the graduating class of 2023. Next, we will present the Marine Institute Bronze Medals. In recognition of academic excellence, the Marine Institute awards a bronze medal to the student achieving the highest overall average in the final year of the diploma and technical certificate programs. The Marine Institute Bronze Medals for academic achievement will be awarded today by Dr. Paul Brett. Please have the students come forward. For Marine Environmental Technology, John Alexander James. For Marine Engineering, John Edward Badstock. For Nautical Science, Bradley Hatcher. For Naval Architecture, Yang Ji. For underwater vehicles and remotely operated vehicles, Megan Hillary King. For ocean mapping, Alexander Chesley Kennedy. The next award to be presented is the Governor General's Academic Medal. The Governor General's Medal, established in 1873, is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Mary Simon, Governor General of Canada, I am pleased to ask Paul to present the academic medal to this year's recipient, Megan Hillary King. This concludes the presentation of awards and medals. Let me be the first on behalf of the MI family to congratulate all of our graduates and medal winners today on this tremendous milestone. You join a group of alumni dating back to 1964 who have earned national and international prominence. With the future at hand, celebrate this special achievement and follow your dreams wherever they may take you. Congratulations and all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Jennifer. I thought I was going to make it through without crying today till the Go Dad Go kid got me, and so thanks for that. And also the look on Megan's face when you just got that medal, Megan. I remember Megan from first year, so I'm quite proud to see her receive that medal today. And speaking of Megan, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our brand new Marine Institute graduate, Megan King, now alumni from the Underwater Vehicles Remotely Operated Vehicles program. Megan will address graduation on behalf of the class of 2023.
Hello, everyone. My name is Megan King, a graduate from the Underwater Vehicles program here at the Marine Institute. And I want to start by saying that it is an absolute privilege to be here speaking on behalf of my fellow graduates. Today, we are celebrating a significant accomplishment in our academic and professional journeys. And I hope that all of you are as proud of yourselves as I am for achieving what may have seemed impossible at times. I can say with confidence that we have all felt the crushing weight of never-ending schoolwork on our backs while juggling 1 million other everyday tasks, such as family, friends, significant others, and most importantly, our pets. But here we are today after finally making it out of the woods. I'm not sure if anyone else had the pleasure of surviving what my classmates and I deemed the semester from hell, which was a whopping 7 courses and 8 labs every single week. But we made it together. Oftentimes, my classmates and I would be in the library cramming for a test, and we would bond over the feeling of impending doom with students from other programs. It was very clear we were all in the same boat, and that boat was sinking. But thankfully, we go to the Marine Institute, so there's got to be at least one person who knows what they're doing, right? So in other words, every graduate here has conquered chaos in their own unique way, adding character to our shared experiences and creating meaningful connections and relationships along the way. Therefore, I would like to wish each and every one of you a heartfelt congratulations and a reminder of the resilience and dedication you have exhibited to achieve what you have today. Before I go any further, I would like to share a little bit about myself so you all have an idea of who I am and why I've been asked to join you here today. I am a second-generation Marine Institute graduate. Shout out to my dad, who graduated here an undisclosed number of years ago and is now highly regarded and respected professional in his field. I myself am graduating from the Underwater Vehicles program, specializing in remotely operated vehicles, also known as ROVs, and autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUVs. Essentially, I studied the intricacies of underwater robotics, and I am now responsible for piloting and maintaining remotely operated underwater vehicles for completing subsea work. My interest in underwater robotics was first piqued when I participated in the regional and the international MATE ROV competition in 2019 with my high school robotics team, which is actually MPSH, and they happen to be there right now. After having such a positive educational experience, I decided that pursuing my studies in engineering was a logical first step. And this is where I met Darlene. Turns out, I very much did not enjoy studying engineering, and so I decided to make a change and applied to the Underwater Vehicles program at the Marine Institute. To this day, joining a program that focuses on a subject I wanted to pursue so passionately has been my best decision ever. Since I started at the Marine Institute, I have not looked back. I have thoroughly enjoyed every moment of my studies here. In addition to studying what I believe is one of the most unique post-secondary majors, I have also experienced numerous once-in-a-lifetime opportunities while attending the Marine Institute, and I have participated in a variety of programs and speaking events for students. In fact, this is the first time in my 3 years here that I actually brought a prepared speech with me, as I normally like to freestyle my presentations, as some of you may know well. But through the Marine Institute, I was honored to join last year's Student on Ice expedition to Cape Breton and Sable Island, as well as the inaugural Global Skills Opportunity Program, where my classmates and I worked to build meaningful relationships and kickstart the implementation of underwater technology for economic and educational purposes with institutions in Barbados, such as the High Commission of Canada and the Bajan Coast Guard. Moreover, I had the opportunity to be head pilot during the first ever autonomous robotics deployment to an offshore production platform in Canada, Hibernia, which is the world's largest gravity-based structure, on my work term this time last summer. Now, I am working as a junior ROV pilot technician with Oceaneering Canada Limited, and even though I am graduating from the Underwater Vehicles program today, I am returning this fall to complete my Bachelor of Technology from the Marine Institute and Memorial University of Newfoundland. But that's enough about me, because today is our day to celebrate all of our individual and collective accomplishments throughout these past few years of studies, and to show appreciation to all those who helped make this success possible. Personally, I know that I would have never made it through such grueling times if it was not for my parents, my grandparents, my sibling, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and my friends. Having access to a supportive network of people you trust is critical for success. So on behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to say thank you to all of our families and friends for the unconditional love and support during our studies. Next, I want to extend a huge thank you to the faculty and staff of the Marine Institute. Without them, we would not be here today. The fierce dedication of the expert instructors at the Marine Institute is the reason why their graduates are always so successful and well respected in industry. The altruism of the passionate staff at the Marine Institute is why attending here is such an enjoyable experience. All of the opportunities, the job interviews, the clean facilities, the hot meals are because of the faculty and staff who showed up here every day with a smile on their faces with the intention of making our time here that much more special. So, thank you to our instructors, mentors, advisors, and staff for making the Marine Institute one of the most amazing and prestigious academic institutions to attend. Finally, I have to give credit to the graduates here today. We put in the hard work and sacrificed the time to successfully pursue our studies. Now we can carry those close friendships we have made and transfer the abundance of skills we have learned into professional working environments. One critical lesson that I've learned recently is that there's a significant difference between the worlds of academia and industry. Therefore, there will be a learning curve for many of us and a shift in how we operate. But working in such a specialized industry means that we must continue to support our classmates and help each other navigate through these new experiences. Therefore, I want to thank you all for the continued support and the camaraderie as we continue on to our next adventures. Before I leave here today, I would like to share one final thought with you all. In light of recent events in my life and the lives of those close to me, I have been harshly reminded that life is extremely fragile. Oftentimes, we forget that we're still vulnerable during the most mundane and routine tasks. Working in the offshore industry is inherently risky, and that is why I want to share some advice that I have gathered from my short time in industry with my fellow graduates who may very soon find themselves in a similar position. But this advice doesn't just apply to those planning to work on the water, it applies to anyone who may work in the field and to all industry professionals in general. Never take your safety or your well-being for granted. Every person is valuable, and life is too precious to be treated otherwise. So make sure you double-check that lock, you wear the proper personal protective equipment, stay vigilant, ask questions, and be cognizant of your surroundings. If you are unsure or if you feel unsafe, stop the job. You are responsible for your safety and the safety of those around you. So always make your safety and your well-being your number one priority, especially when working. On a happier note, I have full confidence that our graduating class will continue to be exemplary role models and respected industry professionals excelling in technical competency and professionalism throughout our careers. Congratulations again to each of my fellow graduates, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors and wherever they may take you. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Next, I would like to welcome our musical guest, Mashariki Musica. Hailing from East Africa, Mashariki Muziki is a dynamic duo of gifted musicians who met as graduate students of the ethnomusicology program at Memorial University. Comprised of Andrew Kagumba and Mark Parsalelo, the group breathes new life into traditional East African music, which has been passed down to them from across the generations. Their playing flows effortlessly from the delicately woven intricacy of interlocking polyrhythms and transcendent melodies to the strong driving pulse of East African dance rhythms. Their blending of voices, traditional African instruments with guitars and keyboards, as well as their sympathy with the music's origins and traditions, makes for a listening and watching experience that is both powerful and enduring.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm playing with Mark. And we are going to play music from Uganda, from a region called Buganda, and in a language called Luganda. And anything from Buganda is referred to as Chiganda. So we are going to play Chiganda music. And you'll hear Ganda in everything. Ganda means together. The first song is a lullaby, Tulo Tulo, Kwato Mwana. And this instrument is called Adungu. Mwana wange mwana wange weesirikire, mwana wange weesirikire, kennalyako nange nakuwangako baba, kennalyako nange nakuwangako ssebo, kennalyako nange nakuwangako. Mama bw'alidda alimbuuza nkuwadde kimwattu, nkuwadde akawuka akalungi akaliza abato baba, nkuwadde akawuka akaliza abato. Tulo tulo, tulo tulo, kwata omwana. Tulo tulo, tulo tulo, kwata omwana. Oh, buto mukwate ng'oli mulogo, oh, buto mukwate ng'oli musezi. Tulo tulo, kwata omwana. Tulo tulo, tulo tulo, kwata omwana. Oh, buto mukwate ng'oli mulogo, oh, buto mukwate ng'oli musezi. Mwana wange weesirikire, thank you. So in Buganda, I come from a very interesting village called Mpambire. Mpambire is a drum-making village, so I come from a drum-making family, but it's also a fishing village. And the musician is not just a musician, but an intellectual. And the musician documents the history of the place and documents all the knowledge of the place. So through song and through music lyrics, for example, you can map out the place. So through song lyrics, you can map out the lake. For example, you can travel on the lake and know where to find good fish, when to find the fish. And in this next song, it's a fishing song. It's a fish selling song. So the musician is not just a musician, but a fish seller too. And the more entertaining you are, the better you are at selling fish, and the faster you'll sell your fish. Nandere is the type of fish. audience is not just an audience, but they are musicians too. So in this song, we are all going to participate by clapping to this rhythm. 1, 2, here we go. Hey, tuze, tuze, oh, Bunyola, tuze, nandere, tuze, tuze. Hey, hey, tuze, tuze, oh, Bunyola, tuze, nandere, tuze, tuze. Kano kekemu, kano kekepiri, hey, kano kekesado, kano kekenya. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew and Mark. We are very lucky that you chose Memorial University. The Marine Institute recognizes the outstanding contributions and achievements of individuals who have made significant contributions to the Institute and the marine industry as a whole. In this context, the Marine Institute presents awards in 3 categories: exceptional service, teaching and learning, and alumni. Please join me in welcoming our Associate Vice President of Finance and Administration, Lori Skinner, to present the Exceptional Service Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to present the Marine Institute Award for Exceptional Service. This annual award recognizes an MI employee who demonstrates exceptional service and makes a significant contribution to our university community. Today, we are pleased to celebrate the contributions of our colleague, Eric Davis, Senior Technologist with the Center for Applied Ocean Technology. Eric joined the MI community in 1985 when we were still named the Institute of Fisheries and Marine Technology. He was a student then, studying in the Electrical Engineering Technology Diploma Program. Shortly after graduating, Eric began working in MI's Acoustic Lab. In his role, he created course content and outlined procedures for equipment used in the lab. The course content he developed and the lab procedures are still used by students and instructors today and are foundational to many of our programs. After his short time working in the Acoustic Lab, Eric focused his career on improving his skills with marine technology and embarked on creating his own consulting company. In 1997, Eric joined the Canadian Centre for Marine Communications, CCMC. Eric's work with CCMC helped bring him back to the MI community through his work with Project Smart Bay. Smart Bay, also known as Smart Atlantic, is a network of moored buoys that provides near real-time data to improve safety at sea and has led to a better understanding of our oceans. Since its inception, Eric has been the technical lead of the project. His work has been integral to its success. He is responsible for maintaining offshore systems, sensor installations, wireless communication services, and data and network services. His dedication to this field and spearheading new projects were highlighted several times, with one nominator who said Eric is responsible for making sure that tech in ocean technology works. Eric's nominators highlight his dedication to his work and his willingness to go above and beyond in his service to MI and its people. They also emphasize his friendly nature and outgoing personality, his readiness to help others, and being a source of support for his coworkers. They write, the most telling demonstration of his valued opinion, advice, and assistance is reflected in the steady line of people waiting to speak with him. Not only is Eric dedicated to his professional work, but he is an active volunteer as well, most notably with the Canadian Red Cross. Through his work with the Red Cross, Eric has been involved in natural disaster relief in the United States and joined the Swissair Recovery Mission in 1998. His nominators highlight his strength under pressure and friendly nature as invaluable assets during these challenging missions. Eric is an employee who always commits 100% to any task he takes on and has been instrumental in supporting the academic programs for the School of Ocean Technology. His colleagues agree that he goes above and beyond to help others and ensure the success of MI, no matter the project. Graduates, members of the audience, please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Marine Institute Award for Exceptional Service, Mr. Eric Davis, Senior Technologist, Center for Applied Ocean Technology.
Thank you, Lori, and congratulations, Eric. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Angie Clark, Associate Vice President, Academic and Student Affairs, to present the Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be honoring this year's recipient of the Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award. This award was renamed in 2022 in honor of Dr. Peter Fisher, former Associate Vice President, Academic and Student Affairs, who worked with the Marine Institute for 24 years before his retirement in 2011. We welcome members of Dr. Fisher's family with us here today. I believe they would want this year's recipient to know that teaching and learning was always top priority for Peter. The Teaching and Learning Award is an annual award to recognize the teaching excellence of instructors at MI who have gone above and beyond in the pursuit of teaching and learning, innovation, and leadership. If I was to poll our new alumni, they would likely all agree that we have some wonderful educators on campus and those that have the right formula for teaching. This year's recipient has spent over 20 years in our School of Fisheries, teaching courses such as chemistry, food science and technology, and microbiology. You can only imagine in their teaching of some complicated science, we may be able to say that they have created the right reaction. Reading the submissions for this award each year, the review panel always learns new and inspiring things about our colleagues. This year's recipient clearly demonstrated commitment and care for colleagues and students alike. Considering their scope of teaching, this year's recipient has taught all advanced diploma and diploma of technology students within the school. I see the marine environmental students smiling already. In their teaching dossier, this year's recipient shared that one of their favorite things about being an instructor is meeting and teaching new students each year. They acknowledge the challenges of taking on a new cohort each year, but welcome the challenge and see it as an opportunity to never stop learning and adapting to new teaching styles. When we transitioned to online learning during the onset of the pandemic, both colleagues and students emphasized how the quality of instruction was not compromised given the very difficult circumstances. Their passion for teaching and for their students proved invaluable during this period, with many students expressing their gratitude for their support and teaching methods. Their passion for teaching extends beyond the classroom. And in the application, former students shared how their classes or interactions with the recipient continue to impact their lives and careers. An industry partner and past student wrote, "They will always be that one instructor that will forever leave a lasting impression on their students." Their path to teaching, though, was somewhat accidental and not a career they had actually planned on pursuing at all. The first time they spoke in front of a classroom of students, they were terrified. But with every interaction with a student and their eagerness to learn, they truly found a joy in teaching. Although a career as an educator may not have been their initial plan, their outstanding career with MI and their continued dedication to their students is undeniable. The recipient notes how special a time graduation is and the joy they feel from watching their students cross this stage, and the opportunity to meet their families at the reception. Today, we feel the same joy as we present them with this well-deserved award and recognize their incredible career. It is my pleasure to invite you all in congratulating our 2023 recipient of the Dr. Peter Fisher Teaching and Learning Award, Ms. Leslie Bonnell, instructor in our School of Fisheries.
Thank you, Angie, and congratulations, Leslie. I would like to welcome Dr. Paul Brett back to the microphone to present our Alumni Award.
Thanks so much, Darlene, and it's pretty proud to see and present those two awards to Eric and Leslie, and I had the privilege of working beside both of them, and I don't know how to work this. Eric, can you help me here? We didn't practice that. I had the pleasure to work behind them, or beside them, or perhaps behind them. Yeah, it's probably a better word. In the first two parts of my career, I started in School of Fisheries. Leslie and I started together. Our offices were side by side for the first 10 years of my career. In the second 10 years of my career, I worked with Eric in his work with School of Ocean Technology. And when we see the nomination packages come in for people, and you get the opportunity to see people's work, celebrate it. This is where I cry, and I got to stop it. But it's a proud moment, and I want to say a huge round of applause for Leslie and Eric in what they've done for the Marine Institute, because it is you who is MI. You are who we are, and us celebrating that's so important. So a round of applause for them again. But I have great honor now to present the MI Alumni Award. And this is an annual award that recognizes the exceptional accomplishment of a graduate of this institution. The award acknowledges an individual who has earned national and international prominence for their outstanding professional achievements. Recipients of this award serve as an inspiration for the Institute, the community, and beyond. Our alumni has been shaping the global marine industry and the ocean industry since 1964. I'm sure in our group of 2023 graduates, there is a future winner of this award. Today, we're excited to celebrate the leadership and professional accomplishments of Captain Chris Thibault, our MI alumni recipient for 2023. We are pleased that Chris and his family and colleagues are in the audience today to celebrate the special achievement. And I think Chris is as excited, because when I called Chris a few weeks ago to tell him about this, he was like, what did I win now? What did I get? And anyway, it settled down. He figured out what it was, and it was like, oh yeah, okay. And then the next day he called, he said, well, can my wife come? Yeah, Chris, your wife can come. And then he called again, can my kids come? Yeah, your kids can come. And he called, and can mom and dad come? Yeah, mom and dad, bring whoever you want. We're celebrating with you. So glad they're here with you today. Chris was a graduate of the Marine Institute Nautical Science Diploma Program in 2000. While he was a student, he accepted a work term placement with Maersk Supply Services. So he began working with Maersk in 1998 as a cadet, a role many of our students will be familiar with. In 2000, he was named Cadet of the Year by Maersk globally, an incredible accomplishment for someone at the start of their career. Now in 2023, 25 years after, Chris still works with Maersk, having remained with the company for his entire maritime career. So you listen to Captain Troke, stick with it, find something you love. Now, for 17 years, he worked at sea and progressed through the ranks, beginning as a cadet until eventually reaching the vessel's master. Colleagues praised Captain Thibault for his natural leadership skills and called his promotion to captain inevitable. He transitioned to shore-based operations in 2015. Again, his hard work and dedication allowed him to rise to the challenge and progress through the company. In 2020, Captain Thibault was promoted to managing director. He is responsible for all Canadian business activities with the company. Nominators shared that his leadership skills have been impressive and inspiring to team members, and that he is an invaluable member of the company. Despite his impressive career progression, one nominator wrote, in his own humble way, he attributes his personal success to the strengths of the team members around him. But there's no doubt he is the leader and motivator that brings the best out of the team. As an alumnus, Captain Thibault has remained an active member of the MI community. He has remained engaged with our Centre for Marine Simulation and is an active member of industry groups that drive improvements in safety and operations offshore, dedicating himself to making positive impacts on the maritime community. He also regularly supports our annual nautical skills competition, where all our nautical science students are invited to compete in a series of tasks designed to test their seagoing skills. So students in our nautical science program learn important leadership, teamwork, and technical skills. They embark on work terms that provide them with hands-on experience in offshore industries. As a graduate of this program, Captain Thibault was equipped with these skills, carried them with him throughout his career. Today, we want to celebrate those successes and the incredible, impactful career within the maritime industry. Graduates, members of the audience, members of the Board of Regents, members of Memorial's leadership team, faculty, and staff, please join me in congratulating Captain Chris Thibault, the recipient of the 2023 Marine Institute Award, Alumni Award.
Take your speech.
I will take it. You can read from that one. Yours will be better.
No, I guess. Well, it's hard to get up and speak after all these good speeches, but I'll give my best. I'd like to start off by saying I didn't get a chance to go to my graduation, so I'm deeply honored to get a chance to go to yours. I started working right away. I guess that's one of the good things about going to MI. I must say the job scope looks good for each and every one of you. Hopefully it remains the same way. Dear graduates class of 2023, it's a great honor and pleasure that I stand before you today as Alumni of the Year, or as my children say, the Aluminum Award. As a fellow graduate of this prestigious institution, I know firsthand the dedication and hard work required to get to this point. Congratulations on reaching this milestone in your career. It seems like yesterday I was learning over the rails and contemplating my next steps in life, also making fun of people going up and down the stairs. I guess you guys still do that, do you? I must admit I was caught a little off guard, as you were saying earlier, when I got the news of the award, but soon became super excited and called my wife immediately after. Being the kind, loving, supporting wife she is, she said, "Alumni, you're old." All kidding aside, I would never have reached this point in my career without the love and support of my family. As graduates of MI, you are entering a field that's both challenging and rewarding. The maritime industry is essential to global trade and plays a crucial role in global economy. You have been equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to excel in this dynamic industry. I have made a point of mine to promote MI, its instructors and students throughout my entire career. I hope you do the same. In my opinion, this school is second to none, and we should promote that fact globally. There are so many different directions I could have went with this speech due to the world changing at an unprecedented pace and the maritime industry changing along with it. Advancements in technology and the increasing demand for sustainable practices have led to a shift in this industry's landscape. As you embark on your professional journey, it's essential to stay abreast of these changes and adapt accordingly. I thought the best way to prepare you or offer advice was to give you an idea of my journey and how I got to where I am today. I grew up on the south coast of Newfoundland. My father was a teacher. My mother was a stay-at-home mom. After graduating, I decided to take a year off before starting my secondary education. My dad wasn't overly happy with that, but accepted my decision. During that year off, I got a little more than I bargained for and became a teenage father. Now that was an interesting day. To tell your parents you're going to be grandparents at the ripe old age of 38, and their son, who hasn't started secondary education yet, that he's going to be a dad by the time he's 18 or 19. It was a little after my daughter was born, and you're being told such things as, you'll never be able to get your education, or some people even saying you'll ruin your life. You can believe what people are saying about you, or you can put your head down and push through. Looking back, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Not only did I get a beautiful baby girl, but I had to grow up pretty quick. I got some of the best habits that I've taken with me throughout my career with regards to time management and concentrating on what's truly important in life and at work. So here are some of the tools that I've used so far. Number one, whatever job you do it is worth doing it right. People will notice. I know this sounds cliche, but it's the truth. You're not going to start at the top of your careers, and you will have many jobs along the way, but there is time to do it right. When you start as a cadet or trainee, as I did in my career, you could be doing a passage plan crossing the world one day, and the next day you're cleaning or washing, cleaning the washrooms or painting the side of the ship. I'm saying do both equally and take pride in what you do. Building these habits are crucial to success and being a good leader later on in your career. Give an honest day's work and take pride in what you do will never go unnoticed. If you find yourself saying that is good enough often in your career, I'm here to tell you it's not. Learn from your coworkers, leaders throughout your career. Some leaders are very good, some leaders are very bad, but I have not met one yet that I couldn't learn from. Sometimes it is just as important to learn what not to do as it is to learn how to do it the right way. As I slowly worked my way up the ranks with different leaders and different coworkers, I would always pick some aspects that made me a better employee and hopefully a better leader later in my career. And this has treated me well thus far. I would like to think that the leader I am today came from a lot of good and bad coworkers that I've had throughout my career. Third, create a network of coworkers and friends that you can trust and help you along the way. No matter how intelligent and driven we all think we are, we'll never be experts at every field. And that is when you have to depend on these people to help you. My network of friends are still made up of people that I graduated with here all those years ago, and many others that I've met along the way. It's important to understand as a leader, you will have people under you that are actually better at certain aspects of the job than you are. Embrace this, learn from it, give them more responsibility, and they will thank you for it, and you will make them better leaders as well. A high-level education and training will become more important in the future. As the world becomes more complex, more interdependent, more interconnected, and safety and environmental awareness continue to play a key part, the education you have received will be crucial for your success. Dear graduates, this is an occasion when you and your families and guests join the dignitaries from the Marine community and the staff of Marine Institute in Mon to share in the celebration of your achievements. And you can all feel justifiably proud of what you have accomplished here. Studying and working alongside one another for a proactive period of time promotes a special sense of togetherness and of team spirit. And you should cherish this as you're about to move on to your new experiences. The network of friends and colleagues you have established during your time here will no doubt be an invaluable support, both professionally and personally, as you pursue careers going forward. Graduating today, you're about to join a wider network, you might even call it a family, of this Institute's alumni who are spread throughout the world. And so I congratulate you once again, graduates of the class of 2023, on your dedication and perseverance, and wish you the greatest of success in your career. You are now setting out on a magnificent journey, and I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you, and continued good luck.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations. I would like to take this moment to thank the many people involved in making this ceremony run smoothly today. From those of you who worked very hard behind the scenes to the volunteers that you see around here today, making sure everything goes all right. Thank you. This is a very special day, and it couldn't have happened without you. We live in a world that's constantly evolving, presenting both challenges and opportunities. And it's my sincere wish that your time here at the Marine Institute has prepared you to embody the spirit of lifelong learning. So to embrace the unknown with open hearts and open minds. Believe in yourself, for you have already proven your ability to thrive as you meet those challenges and embrace those opportunities. Please stay in touch, because we really look forward to seeing what comes next for all of you. And before we close, there are a couple of housekeeping items. We'd like the medal recipients and the award winners to stick around so that we can get you together for a group photo. And there's a reception to follow. The reception will take place down in the cafeteria just as we exit from this ceremony. The cafeteria is located on the lower level, just down over that main staircase. So it is my pleasure to declare that graduation 2023 is now officially closed. Please rise and remain standing if you're able as our stage procession and then our graduates exit the gymnasium.